Hello, John Talley here with Partzilla.com. Today we're doing a really simple but very necessary project. It is time to change the oil on our 2008 Yamaha Raider. And it's not that tough. We just need to get the oil drained, get the filter swapped out, and then refill it. But I bet you might not know where that fill point is. So if you're ready, we'll go dive into this. Alright guys, the oil I decided to go with is from Yamaha, and you want to get, well, 6 quarts because you're going to need at least 5.5 to go into this machine. Now how often? Well, you need to do this procedure every 4,000 miles or at least annually because you don't want old oil hanging around your engine for that length of time. Now the first thing we need to do is go ahead and start it up, let it get up to operating temperature, and then we'll drop the oil out. Alright guys, well that should do it. Now the first thing I need to mention is there's not just one place you drain the oil, there's actually 3. There's 2 on the engine and then 1 all the way back at the oil tank itself. So let's zoom in and show you exactly where those are. Alright guys, all the way up front, right past the oil filter is number 1. About even with the kickstand pivot bolt is number 2. And then all the way back under the oil tank on the opposite side is going to be number 3. So I'm about to lift up this machine so you can just get a better view of what I'm doing. It's not necessary to do this when you're changing your oil. Alright guys, the fill is actually hidden under the seat, and we want to go ahead and pull that cap to make it easier for the oil to drain. That's this guy right here, which is put on way too tight and tells me this thing hasn't been drained in a while. Oh, that doesn't look too bad, but I'd say it was definitely time. Alright guys, so I mentioned before there are 3 bolts that we need to get to. You've got 2 facing out on this side and then 1 back at the bottom of the oil tank itself. And the first 2, well, they're a little bit difficult. You're going to need a modified wrench to actually access it because it's really tight up in there. A standard size 17 millimeter, well, it won't get in there. So what you'll need to do is what I did and modify the head just out to the outside to make it thin enough to where it's got enough clearance to go in. Now this is not a step you want to skip over and not drain the actual engine oil itself. Now I've seen some people, they just want to go in and drain the oil tank and they call it good. Well, that's not the way we do things around here. So take the time, get the right wrench, that way we can get it completely drained. So we've got our wrench. Let's reach up in there and get this thing drained. It's hard to see anything in here. There's 1. Let's go for number 2. And the fun part's going to be putting the bolts back in, not being able to see. And last, let's go for number 3. I'm thinking the person that owned or did the last change did not own a torque wrench, because that was a really absurd amount to pull that last one off. All fun and games till you strip one of these. I think this machine actually holds more oil than a Honda Goldwing. Okay guys, let's go ahead and get our drain plugs back in. Hand tight to begin with. And then we'll get the oil filter out. Guys, you may want to consider to replace all 3 of your crush washers, otherwise you might end up with a leak. So here's the next fun part. As close as the tolerance is for those bolts, how are we going to get a torque wrench up there? Well, let me show you this little guy. One of my favorite Motion Pro tools. We use this little adapter at 90 degrees on our torque wrench, and we can get those torqued. Now, it doesn't matter where you go, it just has to be at 90 degrees for this to work. Now, each one of these bolts, they had the same 17 millimeter head, although their torque specifications are different. The oil tank bolt has more threads on it, so it goes to 31 foot-pounds, and then the actual engine drain bolts go to 23 foot-pounds. All right, that is it. Now let's go after that oil filter. Now this particular one had a K&N filter on it, which had a 17 millimeter welded to the end of it. I guess he's doing some off-roading. All right, guys, a little word of caution here because I've seen this happen. Customer changed his own oil on a VTX 1800, and he pushed this in and ripped off this little plastic cover. But guess what? Part of it went in there. It made its way into the engine to the base of one of the cylinders. Tiny little hole got in there, stopped it up, fried that rear cylinder, ate up the camshaft. All because he wasn't careful when he pulled this off. So I've seen it happen. So be careful when you're doing this. All right. I believe this is a 65 millimeter socket, if you will, and we're going to torque that to 12 foot-pounds. All it takes. Let's fire it up now. Now let's fill it up. So we're going to be filling this up in 2 stages. Total is going to be around 5.5 quarts. So we want to put in 2.5, start up the machine, rev the throttle 3 or 4 times, then fill the rest of it up. Word to the wise, do yourself a favor here. Put the dipstick back in there, otherwise you're going to make a mess when you go to start it. All right, now we're just dumping the rest. Now to check it, we're going to go ahead and put the dipstick back in, crank it up, let it run about 5 minutes. Then we're going to let it sit for 2 or 3 minutes, then check it. And adjust as necessary, but I doubt we'll need to. All right, you won't have to worry about this, but I need to go ahead and lower it down so she's setting level. Unless you lifted yours as well. All right, let's crank it up and let her idle for a while. All right, guys, let it sit for a couple of minutes. We'll check that level and see if we need to add any to it. And when you're checking the oil, you don't screw it back in. You just bottom it out and then lift. And we just want to be anywhere in the middle, and we are just about dead center. So we are good to go. Well, all right, guys, there you go. And I guarantee you just saved a bunch of money doing this yourself instead of taking it to the dealership. Well, listen, if you need these or any other parts for your machine, why don't you come see us at Partzilla.com and we can get you taken care of. Have any questions or comments about this video? Leave them in the section below and I'll do my best to answer them. And hey, if you like what you see, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That way you can keep up with whatever I'm working on next. We just want to say thank you for shopping here with us at Partzilla. We will see you in the next video. Y'all have a great day.